Most of the time when a star athlete gets injured, it dooms a team's hopes of winning the championship. But sometimes it's important to remember that things aren't always as bad as they appear. Don't believe us? There are some sports teams who somehow managed to benefit when a star went down. I'm Justin for Action, and here are 10 times when teams benefited from losing one of their star players. And we do hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10, New England Patriots robbed Gronkowski. Gronk is undoubtedly the top tight end of his generation, but back surgery in 2016 forced him to miss the entire second half of the season and the entire postseason. As usual, Patriots head coach Bill Belichick pulled a trick out of his sleeve. He readjusted the offense to stop being so reliant on Gronk. Tom Brady used stud tight end Martellus Bennett more. Little-known Chris Hogan became a star down the stretch, and the Pats used their underrated running game more, and it resulted in a Super Bowl 51 championship. Number 9, Pittsburgh Penguins Mario Lemieux. The Pittsburgh Penguins were a top organization in the 90s, as franchise star Mario Lemieux led them to a pair of Stanley Cup championships. But cancer, early retirement, and a series of injuries prevented Lemieux from staying on the ice. The Pens were miserable from 2002 to 2006, but they landed once-in-a-lifetime star Sidney Crosby with the first pick in 2005. He became the world's best player, but it's safe to say Pittsburgh wouldn't have sucked so much, to the point of winning the draft lottery if Lemieux stayed healthy. Does that all make sense? Number 8, Dallas Cowboys Tony Romo. The Cowboys' playoff hopes seemed doomed prior to 2016, when Romo suffered a broken bone in his back during preseason. But rookie Dak Prescott assumed the starting role and tossed for 3,667 yards and 23 touchdowns against 6 interceptions while adding 6 rushing touchdowns. Dallas went 13-3 and were the top seed in the NFC. They now have a rising star at quarterback instead of a veteran on his last legs. Number 7, Indianapolis Colts Peyton Manning. Manning was drafted first overall by the Colts in 1998. He'd go on to lead the team to league supremacy and a Super Bowl 41 championship, but a series of neck injuries kept him out for the entire 2011 season, and the Colts won just 2 games and secured the top pick. Luckily, generational quarterback Andrew Luck was in the 2012 draft. The Colts released Manning in the offseason and took Luck, who was 13 years younger. The Colts got a much younger QB to build around, while Manning got to win a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos. Everyone is happy. Number 6, Pittsburgh Penguins Marc-Andre Fleury. The Penguins were in a great position to win the Stanley Cup in 2016 until their top goalie Marc-Andre Fleury suffered a concussion just weeks before the playoff. That allowed 22-year-old Matthew Murray to come off the bench, as his 9-2-1 record and .930 save percentage earned him the starting role for the playoffs. Murray went 15-6 in the playoffs with a 2.08 goals against average that helped the Penguins win their 4th ever Stanley Cup. Number 5, Washington Redskins Joe Theismann. The Redskins had a top quarterback in Theismann, but a severe broken leg suffered in the 1985 season ended his career. 2 seasons later, the Redskins rode the arm of Doug Williams to win their 2nd Super Bowl in franchise history. 4 years after that, quarterback Mark Rypien led the Redskins to their 4th Super Bowl. I tell you, that Joe Gibbs guy knew how to find replacements pretty darn well. Number 4, San Francisco 49ers Joe Montana. The greatest quarterback of all time, won 4 Super Bowls and 2 league MVPs with the San Francisco 49ers. But an elbow injury forced Joe Cool to miss all of 1991 and a significant portion of 1992. Thankfully, a young man named Steve Young learned from Montana's greatness and became the starter in 1992, forcing Montana to be traded to the Kansas City Chiefs later on. Young became one of the NFL's premier passers, throwing for 33,124 yards and 232 touchdowns, while leading San Francisco to a Super Bowl 29 victory. Number 3, San Antonio Spurs Steve Smith. The Spurs became the NBA's model organization of the 2000s with a trio of Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and Manu Ginobili. During the 2002-2003 season, head coach Greg Popovich needed a replacement for veteran guard Steve Smith, who was battling injuries. Ginobili came off the bench and became a 2-time All-Star and an integral part of the Spurs championship teams in 2003, 5, 7, and 14. He just needed to wait patiently for his big chance, and it ended up paying off for him in the Spurs. Number 2, Wally Pipp. The legend about how Pipp lost his job to Lou Gehrig is disputed, but apparently he did have a headache and wasn't well prior to losing his job with the New York Yankees. Anywho, so the Yankees gave Gehrig a chance in the 1925 season. That was the beginning of his 2,130 consecutive games played streak. Gehrig also won 6 World Series, 2 AL MVPs, and became one of the most iconic baseball players in history. His luckiest man on the face of the earth speech wouldn't have remained so strong in sports lore. Pipp kept that job. And number 1, New England Patriots Drew Bledsoe. The star New England Patriots quarterback took a vicious hit from Mo Lewis in the 2nd game of 2001. Bledsoe nearly died from a sheared blood vessel in his chest, and backup Tom Brady took over the starting reins. All Brady did was win 5 Super Bowls and 2 MVPs, while setting every meaningful postseason quarterback record. But no one ever cheers for injuries. Brady wouldn't be the legend without that hit on Bledsoe. What other instances did a team benefit from a star getting hurt? Join us in the comments below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.